Good morning, and thank you for joining me the first day of April in the greatest city on earth, and that is no April Fool. And thank you to those joining us on social media this morning. For those watching the stream, if you have questions you would like to ask this morning, please feel free to put those questions in the comments on Facebook and on Instagram at Mayor Johnson SAV or City of Savannah, and we'll field those questions after our media partners. First off, on behalf of the City of Savannah, we remain heartbroken, and we extend our deepest condolences to the families, the friends, and fellow service members of the United States soldiers tragically lost in Lithuania. This heartbreaking loss reverberates throughout our community, and we stand united with the families, particularly in the Liberty County area, as they navigate this unimaginable grief. Our thoughts and our prayers are with all of those affected by this tragedy. And we're profoundly grateful for the dedication and the bravery of those who continue their tireless search. We honor the service and the sacrifice of these heroes, and we will continue to support their loved ones during this difficult time. We are continually reminded that freedom is not free, and anyone serving anywhere, in wartime or in peacetime, in active combat or in training, in defense or in preparation for that defense, we live and we serve among heroes. Last Friday, we had a great opportunity to celebrate the dedication of the Pastor Matthew Southall Brown Sr. Way at Hartridge Street and Nickel Street. It was a beautiful day, a great community celebration, and we paid homage to a great man who was known as Savannah's pastor. And I'm grateful to the Brown family, certainly grateful to Team Savannah, and everyone that worked together to pull this through. It was a long, hard road through many curves, but we worked together and it happened. And so may that street always serve as a reminder that love is an action word, as Pastor Brown showed us throughout his 99 years here on earth. Yesterday, I had the distinct honor of recognizing Savannah's own Super Bowl champion and two-time national champion, Georgia Bulldog, Philadelphia Eagle, Nolan Smith Jr. I am super proud of Nolan and his accomplishments on and off the field. He created the Nolan Smith Foundation as a way to give back to his community, and on yesterday, we had a great event at the Southbridge Golf Club to help raise donations for his foundation. Through their efforts yesterday, Nolan and his foundation was able to send two deserving students from Savannah to college. Yesterday, two students from this area were able to have their college education financed because of the donations to the Nolan Smith Foundation. In lieu of a parade or some sort of community celebration that people were asking for, it was really ultimately about what Nolan and his family wanted to be able to celebrate. And although folks were saying, let's parade, let's parade, let's parade, he didn't want that. He wanted the support for his foundation. And so for the month of April, I'm calling on all those who wanted a parade to help raise money for the Nolan Smith Foundation. I'm calling on the greater Savannah community to help us raise $20,000 to help this young man give back to his community. And I already have a $20,000 match. So when we raise our $20,000, we will actually raise $40,000. I know our community to be generous, and so I'm asking you to donate to the NolanSmithFoundation.com, NolanSmithFoundation.com. donate.com. That's to all of y'all who wanted to have a parade. Let's have a parade. No, donate. And purchase his jersey and rock his jersey as I plan to do. And again, for those of you to know about my team affiliations, it's going to be rough. But I'm going to rock it for the 912. I'm going to rock the Philly green. I'm going to rock the Philly green. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's hard in these streets. Today, the city's Human Services Department will launch the new Community Advancement Leadership Institute, or CALI, with 2 open house sessions. CALI will offer more than 60 free and affordable training sessions this year, with a focus on providing community-centered education and skill-building opportunities. These sessions will equip individuals and organizations with knowledge and resources needed to succeed by empowering adults, youth, grassroots organizations, and nonprofit agencies with the ability to achieve self-sufficiency and sustainable growth. Throughout the year, the Institute will offer training sessions under 4 key focus areas: community and neighborhood leadership development, nonprofit and organizational leadership development, career and personal leadership development, and youth leadership development. Most of these sessions will be led by City of Savannah staff members who are subject matter experts in their respective fields and professional trainers. Today's open house sessions will take place at the Coastal Georgia Center at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Sorry for the late notice, but these sessions are an opportunity for attendees to explore CALI's upcoming semester sessions. It's an opportunity also to register and connect with our incredible community advancement team. CALI's first semester will run from April to August. The second semester will run from September to December. To learn more or to register, visit savannahga.gov/CALI, savannahga.gov/CALI, C-A-L-I. We also know that many of our schools are on spring break, which means there are a lot of young people needing some stuff to do. And this is the perfect time to issue this call for middle and high school students. As you know, we have been actively engaged in the development of the City of Savannah's strategic plan, and it cannot be complete, it will not be complete without the impact and the input of our emerging leaders. The City of Savannah is eager to hear from our middle and high school students, and we work together to shape the future of our community. So we're inviting them, our middle and high school students, for a special session, youth only, to share your thoughts and ideas on the city's strategic plan. This plan aims to improve public safety, economic access, community development, and much more. Young people often sometimes say we didn't ask their opinion. This is your opportunity to sound off. So we invite our high school and middle school youth out tomorrow, that's April the 2nd, at 4:30 p.m. at the Otis S. Johnson Cultural Arts Center to add your input to our strategic plan. And that is being sponsored by the Savannah Youth Ambassadors, the Savannah Youth Council, and the Chatham County Youth Commission. Your voice matters, and this is your opportunity to help guide the direction of Savannah for your years to come. So we want our young people to come and share their ideas, give feedback, and make an impact on the city's future. You don't want old folks to determine your future. I believe it like that. We look forward to seeing you there. Also, the weather is getting warmer, and that means summer is on its way. And the city's Recreation and Leisure Services Department has opened registration for our 2025 summer camps. This year, we are offering more camps than ever, providing an opportunity to engage our youth over the summer months. We know we have to keep them engaged, we have to keep them busy, we have to keep them tired. So families with youth ages 6 to 12 can choose from a wide range of general camps and specialty camps, all designed to provide fun activities as well as learning and enrichment opportunities over the summer. General camps will run from May the 27th to July 18th across 10 community centers citywide. Each center will host unique theme sessions lasting for 2 weeks each. Among our specialty camps this year, we have sports camps, an enrichment art and music camp, cheer camps, and real teen enrichment camps. Additionally, therapeutic camps are offered to adults and youth. Camp locations and dates vary. Registration will remain open until 1 week before each session begins. Anyone interested in summer camps can contact the hosting community center directly for availability and registration details. For camps, dates, and locations, visit savannahga.gov/summer camp. savannahga.gov/summer camp. And with all due respect to our friends and neighbors, this is Savannah first. This is Savannah paid for by Savannah taxpayers. And so if you live in the city of Savannah, you have first dibs on this. And then whatever is left, then we'll make available. But I want to be very, very clear about that because we have our friends from other municipalities that come and take advantage of our camps, and our residents don't have the opportunity to do so. So this is Savannah first, not Savannah only, but we want to make sure that our residents have first dibs at these resources being provided for by Savannah taxpayers. And because the weather is better, it's time to get back outside, and we're encouraging everyone to get involved in their community this spring. We want you to go to a meeting, attend an event, be a part of the community that you live in. Last Saturday, Savannah's Divine Nine organizations, Greek letter organizations, Masonic and Eastern Star organizations, and community partners joined me in Liberty City to clean up. We had a great turnout of folks from all of our community, and I thank everyone for joining us. Together, everyone achieves more, which is the meaning of team. The City of Savannah's Sanitation Department will offer up another great opportunity for all residents to get involved with a citywide cleanup effort later this month. Keep Savannah Beautiful has again partnered with the city as a sponsor for the annual Great Savannah Spring Community Cleanup. This year, the Great Spring Cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, August the 26th. Each year, this event helps beautify our city by empowering volunteers to remove litter and debris from public spaces. Registered volunteers will receive safety vests, gloves, and trash bags. We will provide all of that to support cleanup efforts. So we invite everyone to join us on Saturday, April the 26th, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We always have a great time in doing that. Individuals and groups that are interested in participating can register online by Friday, April the 4th, which is this Friday at savannahga.gov/community cleanup, savannahga.gov/community cleanup. These annual events are an incredible way to get involved in your community and keep our streets clean. We have to do it together. We have to change behavior so people don't do it in the first place, and then we have to clean up what's there. Additionally, we encourage residents to consider our Adopt a Spot program. Easy, it creates a way for participants to identify a street, a park, a public area within the city, and commit to helping keep it clean throughout the year. So get involved, get involved, get involved. I also want to invite everyone out to the Tatumville Community Center today, right after this press briefing at 12 noon, to cut the ribbon on a brand new splash pad. Through our Recreation Reimagined initiative, the city has spent the last few years restoring, upgrading, and building out new recreation spaces citywide. We've invested over $4 million in recreation spaces, and we are only just getting started. We invite everyone to come out and join us to celebrate the latest addition to the City of Savannah's aquatic features just in time for the hot weather. I don't know if I'm walking through it today. We'll just see. But this new splash pad has several new unique components and features, including zero-depth water safety, whatever that means, and ADA compliance. Join us at 12 noon today at 333 Coleman Street at the Tatumville Community Center for this ribbon cutting. Last summer, we rolled out our top 10 most wanted list, and I can tell you it's been extremely, hugely, uber successful. I wanted to make sure that it's clear that if you make Savannah unsafe, we're going to put you on notice, and we're going to put you on blast, and we're going to find you. You can find the most recent list at savannahpd.org, savannahpd.org. Make sure that your name is not on this list, but if you are, lawyer up, take care of your business, and come see us. If you know one of these people on this list, you are not keeping the community safe by hiding them. You can always submit a tip anonymously at the SPD tip line, 912-525-3124, 912-525-3124. You can do it also via the SPD app. You can call my office if you want to. As a reminder, tipsters may qualify for a reward of up to $2,500 depending on the severity of the crime. If you see something, say something. We're all in this together. We know that public safety is a public responsibility, and we know as the weather heats up, oftentimes our streets heat up. And so I want to make sure we're very clear about where we are and how we can get involved, and partly by getting some of these violent people off the streets. Finally, before I take questions, I want to remind everyone that this coming Saturday, April the 5th, is the Public Savannah's Women's Half Marathon and 5K. And this will be taking place in our downtown. This annual marathon will impact travel Saturday morning, so to know better, you do better, expect some delays. The marathon will start and finish in Forsyth Park. The half marathon and 5K will start at 7:30 a.m. The 5K will be completed by 8:30, and the half marathon is set to conclude at 11:30 a.m. Organizers are expecting about 3,000 participants and spectators this year. The route will take runners in the 5K and half marathon north of Drayton Street, west on State Street, then north on Lincoln before turning east on Bryan, looping back up Montgomery Street and east on State before heading south on Bull Street. And I know you do not remember anything I just said. So I'm going to try to go through it again. It's west on State Street, then it's going to north on Lincoln, then it's going to turn east on Bryan, it's going to loop up back Montgomery Street, it's going to go east on State Street, and then go south on Bull Street. The 5K will finish first in Forsyth, while the half marathon will continue down Whitaker Street. And please note that the half marathon will cross Victory Drive at Habersham and circle through Chatham Crescent and Parkside to Daffin. Road closures will impact most of the central part of the downtown area beginning at 6:45 a.m. Detours will be in place while Victory Drive is closed at Habersham. Victory Drive at Habersham is expected to close at 7:45 a.m. on Saturday and remain closed until 11:15 a.m. So now you know, so just go around, plan ahead of time, and make sure that you expect those delays. Streets along the race course will be marked with no parking signs before the event, and vehicles parked in these areas may experience issues during the event. So please plan ahead. You can find details for race day, the planned route, and more information at savannahsportscouncil.com, savannahsportscouncil.com. So that ends my prepared remarks. If you're joining us on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, and you have questions, add those to the comments of our live stream on Facebook and Instagram, and we will get to you after our media partners. And we're starting over here.
Morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
I'm just wondering how you want to approach the city's SPLOST list this year. Are there capital projects you want to see on it? Do you want to put it on the ground? How are you thinking about the approach?
Well, actually, and thank you for the question. I've been doing SPLOST for a while. Basically, every 6 years, this is maybe my fourth SPLOST. And I've seen SPLOST kind of evolve. The good news is that for years, and certainly since I've become mayor, every year on our wish list or at budget retreats on parking lots, there are things that our council members have heard from the community that they want. And so we have actually a list that has already been generated from council, from our community. And many of these things are huge capital projects that we have to find a way to pay for, and we don't want to pay through general fund. You know, we still have a significant amount of needs that hopefully will be taken care of through a T-SPLOST, but top of mind for me is Benton Boulevard and Hollins Boulevard. You know, it failed during the first T-SPLOST. We have to do something to relieve the congestion that the folks at Hollins and Benton are facing daily. I mean, it is a mess. We wish we would have been able to raise the money during T-SPLOST, but again, T-SPLOST passed in Savannah, it failed countywide. This project is probably not most appropriate for SPLOST, but we have to do something. For me, I think it's also an opportunity to invest in affordable housing, public art, ADA opportunities throughout our community, continue our march on drainage, and how do we address issues of drainage, roads, traffic calming in all of our communities. So again, I think, you know, it's a good opportunity, but we've been able really to create the list because all of us have gone to meetings where people say, we want this, we want this, we want this. Every council doesn't have the opportunity to participate in a SPLOST referendum because, again, it's every 6 years and council's life is only 4. So we'll have the opportunity to set that trajectory. People don't really realize just how much SPLOST is played in their life. You go around our community and there's evidence of SPLOST all the way around. You go to our arena, that was paid for by SPLOST. If you see our fire trucks, we just bought 3 new fire apparatus paid for by SPLOST. Drainage improvements. Savannah will flood, but we don't stay flooded. It's been because of SPLOST. The Truman Parkway was a SPLOST project. So there are things every single day, and I think we have to do a better job of reminding people what the extra penny has done. This is probably one of the most effective taxes because it's a consumption tax. You know, you buy more, then obviously you pay more. But because of our huge tourism base, you know, at least a third to a quarter to a third of it is paid for by people who visit here. And so this is a very effective tool for us. I'm hoping that we approach it with sense and some good judgment, and that we create something that our residents can support. The challenge is that it's a countywide referendum, so everybody else has to have their act together too. Because again, the city of Savannah, you know, our voters came out for T-SPLOST. It didn't pass in the county, it didn't pass in the other municipalities. So they have to make a good case for their projects as well.
Do you anticipate advocating to get Mercer renovations on the list?
I do, in some form. I believe it's going to take not only some sales tax money, it's also going to take some philanthropic contributions as well, and some grant and foundation money. So it's going to be a variety of things to be able to do. You know, we have hotel motel tax money that might be able to be used. River Street is something else. Although we have hotel motel tax, there might be some money needed for some of the features there. I would like to see more public restrooms downtown. That is a challenge for us. To have 17 million visitors and you can't find a place to go to the bathroom. And folks have to go to businesses, which obviously they don't want people coming in. So, I mean, I think if we're able to create more public restroom opportunities and more opportunities for, we talk about litter, we talk about trash, but, you know, there needs to be an initiative to be able to have more, you know, I mean, there's this like 1-2 rule. Someone's walking with a piece of trash in their hand. They look once, they look twice, it goes on the ground. So we need to make sure if we want to keep our city clean that we have to create more opportunities for that as well in a more comprehensive way.
Morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
Following yesterday's weather, I know Savannah wasn't, directly impacted.
Thank God.
The neighboring communities weren't as lucky. How would you hope that this, small storm serves as a reminder as we head into hurricane season?
I mean, I think for those who foolishly, and I use the word foolishly, insist that climate change is a figment of our imagination, that resiliency is a buzzword. I think that we could just look at the continued intensity of storms that are happening. Again, we're still a couple of months away from hurricane season, and yet we're having very, very intense storms. We saw what was happening. We hunkered down last night. Fortunately for us, it was not nearly as bad as it could have been, but as you said, our neighbors certainly have faced the brunt. We're expecting a very active hurricane season this year. I only have to point to last year when we had 3 storms back to back, 3 different types of storms. We had 2 hurricanes and a tropical storm, and this year could be worse. And so, we're asking people now, be prepared now. The funny part about it is, I know you didn't ask me this, I went looking through my my cupboard, I guess that's what you call it, your cabinet, and I tell people to be prepared, and I get the cans of food and all the stuff. All my stuff was expired from 2020, like everything. And so, I was looking and I said, it's in a can, it should still be good. And I called some folk, they're like, no, throw it away. So, we have to look and we have to reevaluate our emergency kits. This is the time to be able to do it. If you want to buy a generator, this is the time to do it. You don't wait until we're in the middle of hurricane season to be able to do that. And again, it doesn't have to be hurricane season in order for there to be hurricane impacts. And so, we pray, but we prepare. And preparation is at the city level, it's at the county level, but it's also at the personal level in terms of your house.
One more question from me. I know that the city is right now looking for feedback and questions from the community about the MOU between the city and Friends of Forsyth Park. Can you sort of just explain for people who are unaware, what that means?
Sure.
And what kind of feedback and questions you're looking for and how that will help?
Right. Well, similar to how Daffin Park was overhauled and essentially restored through a master plan. Several years ago, we completed a master plan for Forsyth Park to help guide our decisions on the park in the future. You need to have a plan. And this plan was created with a lot of public feedback. Last year, the City of Savannah and the Friends of Forsyth Park Conservancy negotiated a new memorandum of understanding to establish the goals for a new public-private partnership. The reality was that the Conservancy wanted to be able to raise money for things that the city wanted to be able to do. And so, which I think was a very noble idea. And somehow or another, there was a news report that was wrong. People got up in arms, and next thing you know, they're saying the Forsyth Park Conservancy was trying to control it, and they were going to take over the park, and that was just wrong. And unfortunately, the news outlet that erroneously reported that started all of that. And so we pulled back on the memorandum because we wanted to make sure people were very comfortable about what it was. So now we're just asking for more input from our residents on the MOU, but specifically the future of our city's most famous park. And so the reality is that Forsyth Park is the city's park. It will be the city's park. That will not change. The city of Savannah will control what happens with Forsyth Park and no one else. The MOU does not relinquish control of our park. We will not do that under any circumstances. If folks want to raise money to help us fund the things so that taxpayers don't, good. Thank you very much. we will have the final say in any improvement or any modification in Forsyth Park. So we will be launching a website with Q&As that will be open until April the 11th. And so we invite everyone to provide input, and our Office of Marketing and Communications will have more information going out to the public in the near future. Thank you. Hey, go on.
Could you talk a little bit about the Affordable Housing Overlay District and kind of the discussions the City Council has been having this week? And I know that could come up.
Well, we voted on it last Thursday.
We're not discussing the map this Thursday?
No, well, we don't meet this Thursday. Right. So to your point, we had a really, we made some significant progress last Thursday. We had been talking about this, and an interesting thing about it to me was that a resident brought, the opportunity to be able to do this. We have known, and we've known from our affordable housing plan, that the way to achieve affordability is through density and through the building of housing at all levels. That includes high-end. And we know that as you provide more housing, people are able to find those options within their ability to pay. And so that frees up housing on all levels. And so we knew that this was a tool in the toolbox. We had a citizen to, proffer an idea to the city, which we, again, worked on quite some time. There were members on council who said, well, you're excluding people. Okay, well, we took a step back and we included them. And then we got to Thursday and they wanted to be excluded again. I don't get that, but nonetheless, we voted on it, it passed, and we will now go to your point of developing the map, of how this looks. We have to get past the not in my backyard. I've had neighbors tell me that they don't want neighbors. We will become a city for the rich and famous if we don't create ways of people to live here. It has happened all over the nation. It has happened in cities around us where the people who work there cannot afford to live there. I want every single City of Savannah employee, whether they're picking up litter to the city manager, to be able to afford to live in the city of Savannah. I want every police officer, every firefighter, every marketing and communication person to be able to afford to be able to live here. Whether you're working at the ports, whether you're working at a restaurant, Savannah should not be exclusionary. And so we have to do that by creating density. We have to do that by providing opportunities for affordability. And so this is the way we get there. No, you're fine. You're fine. Look, I have to figure out which day of the week it is myself, so no problem. Mm-hmm.
Got one question on social media.
I have one question on social media.
From Kyron Nouveau at WJC.
Well, nah, man. We ain't answering your questions, man. No. All these other reporters are here. You need to be here. Now, I ain't taking this question. No, we ain't doing that. I mean, let me see who's here. Savannah Morning News is here. WTOC is here. WSAV is here. Our award-winning SGTV is here. So I'm going to ask y'all, should I take the question or not?
That's a good question. You should take the question.
Man, your colleagues say yes. I'm going to take the question. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to be petty today.
Regarding tomorrow's youth engagement session.
Yes.
For Savannah GPS, Kyron wants to know why you think it's so important to hear from young people in regards to our future strategic plans.
Well, that actually is a good question. So as somebody who, and I've been engaged with youth development for now over 30 years. I've run a youth organization, still run a youth organization. And the fact of the matter is, we're not cool. We're not cool. We're not as cool as we think we are. And I'm reminded about that. I just came, last month I went on a trip, took 30 young people to Washington, D.C. and New York on a bus trip. And I've been doing this now for well over 25 years. And every time I go out, I realize that the young people are not changing. I'm the one that's changing. And I find out I'm not cool. My vantage point as a person who is employed, as a person who has an education, as a person who has the means to support myself, is different for someone whose road is wider and brighter. And the fact of the matter is, a strategic plan that goes 20 years into the future is not for me, it's for them. And so how do we create a place where Savannah is the place they want to live? And we've worked very hard to make sure that the greatest and the brightest among us can call Savannah home and not have to go to Atlanta or have to go to Charlotte or to go to Jacksonville or go to New York or DC to find opportunities. And so I've worked very hard during my time, and certainly here in city government, to make Savannah cool. And cool from young people's perspective. Because my idea of being cool is not cool anymore. And we think we're cool, we think we get it, but all of us, we're kind of outdated. And so I want to take the input that we have received from the adults in the room and now be able to balance that with the input of those who would inherit our city. And I want them to feel very, very comfortable that their input is important. Because the fact is that, my turn-up days are not as turned up as they used to be. And my lit days are not as lit as they used to be. My lit days end about 9:15. But there used to be a time when, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning caught me out. Go to Waffle House for breakfast, IHOP for breakfast, and, do it again in a couple of hours. So we just want them to feel engaged and involved. And I want them to know that we're going to take their input seriously. It's extremely important. This is their city. And so the plan has to be theirs. Anything else? All right. Well, we hope you'll join us at 12 noon. We're looking forward to it. Always glad to have you join us. And Kyle, we'll forgive you this time. But we expect to see you at 12 noon as we cut the splash pad. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for being Savannah Strong.